Oh boy, let's get this joke what if started. Yeah, once upon a time, there was a powerful race known as the Saiyan race. As we all know, a evil emperor, Lord Frieza, ruled over those Saiyans. A fellow Saiyan named Bardock wanted to take his son to the planet known as Earth. So he's able to get a space pod, send his son to Earth. However, this space pod was non-functioned by a space storm, sending the Saiyan into a different location, no longer being on Earth, instead falling into a different planet known as the Yardranians. What will happen to Earth? However, not all Earth is bad. There is one powerful warrior, one powerful hero, and currently this hero is playing Roblox. Her name is Alex, and well, she's playing Roblox a lot with her friends. However, unknown to her, she's actually gaining power for playing Roblox. She's getting stronger and stronger for playing Roblox, and her power levels is way higher than Cell. I'm trying to speak the story with a straight face, but I try, but it's just funny to think about it because, like I said, it's a joke. What if? Nah, it's sort of. I apologize. Anyway, let us continue. One day, she heard rumors about the Dragon Balls on the internet. She decided that maybe she will get the Dragon Balls and make a wish to get more money or a better PC set. So she started looking for the Dragon Balls, and the only person she could know how to get them is finding the smartest person she know, and that is Dr. Briefs in Capsule Corps. She heard about Dr. Briefs all over the news and media, plus she did research too. So she visited the old man, which the old man already said that her daughter was actually going to look for the Dragon Balls too. So that means Alex met Bulma, and they both will look for the Dragon Balls together. So at the first part, they're able to find one Dragon Ball, which they only have one. Now they found the second one, which is at Grandpa Gohan's house. It took a little convincing, but Grandpa Gohan agrees, and he actually sends Alex energy, and he was blown away by her power, which he would recommend her to try to visit Roshi, since Roshi has the Dragon Ball there too, and maybe he could train her someday. Alex does not like fighting, but doesn't mind by that, because she doesn't really care, so she knows this is a joke what if. So the two of them will go off to Roshi's place. They found a turtle, which they help them take into the island, in which the turtle brings Roshi. And same reaction like Grandpa Gohan, Roshi was blown away by Alex's power. And he was even scared of it too. He doesn't act like his perverted self. Instead, he's acting serious now, since this power, he never sensed it before. It might be higher than King Piccolo's. No, even greater than that. He would give them the Dragon Ball. However, Roshi asks that Alex should visit to his place to control her power, since he is scared of what if she'll use it for evil stuff. Because Alex knows that she's not going to even use these stuff for evil, even though she's not aware of her powers yet. So she doesn't really care, and she said alright. And the two went off to get more Dragon Balls. And surprisingly, their journey will be a lot easier. And Alex finally beginning to slowly realize that she does have powers. She doesn't know how she get them, but she's thinking she probably got them for playing Roblox too much. She just laughed this off, thinking this is pretty awesome. So she will most likely one-shot every single person that gets in her way. For example, she fights Yamcha, but Yamcha doesn't fight back because he's scared of girls. So he just backs off, just being a coward. But also pretty impressed by her power too. And Oolong will get slapped in the face and he can pass out. As for the Pilaf gang, Alex will simply touch the giant robot and the robot explodes, knocking the Pilaf gang out, which they're able to get all 7 Dragon Balls. And Alex gets the wish. Her wish is to get a powerful PC, which Shamrock will grant this easily. And Bulma doesn't need to make a wish, since she already have a boyfriend, which is Yamcha, which she actually fell in love with Yamcha. So after this arc, the next arc will probably be the Red Ribbon Army. And like Alex promised she does visit Rosie's place, which she met Krillin, and the two would train each other some time at time. But it's kind of weird for her training a kid, but oh well, I guess. A few days passed, a tournament will start, and the tournament's not worth covering since Alex would just one-shot people either by touching it with her pinky, or she would just blinks and everyone would just fling off the ring because of her sheer power. Or she could just simply power it up and everyone would just pass out and she just win the whole tournament. So yeah, she's the winner of the tournament and she become the champion. The Red Ribbon Army will look for the Dragon Balls. However, Alex also wants to look for the Dragon Balls since if she wants to keep her YouTube channel going, she must be a little bit immortal. She could always wish it back away because she wants her channel to grow and grow more and more. So she will look for the Dragon Balls, stop the Red Ribbon Army pretty easily, in fact, like way easier. In fact, she's so powerful that when she gets to the Red Ribbon Army base, she will power up a single ki blast. The entire base will explode by that one single tiny ki blast. This also means Dr. Gero was also catched by the explosion, killing him, avoiding future threats. So that's good news for her, but bad news for the Red Ribbon Army. So yeah, rip them. So she get all 7 Dragon Balls, and about time Pai Pai, he never killed the Indian guy since Alex would better just be there and just one-shot him by either blinking or just touching him. So she will become eternal youth, which means that she'll be pretty much stay the age that she is now. Like I said, she could always wish it back away, which she plans to do it in some near the future. So now we get to another tournament, which again, not worth covering. So just one-shot everyone. Then we get to King Piccolo. However, that's also not worth it either because, like I said before, she just one-shot King Piccolo. Even Piccolo get his youth, which is unlikely he would get one-shotted. Heck, even Krillin is stronger too, since he is training with a girl with perfect cell level and beyond that. And who knows, maybe she's hiding more power. But yeah, Krillin will get a lot stronger too. Even Roshi, even time and time, train with her. Even though she would just one-shot them both. But she would go easy on them to help them get a little growth in power. So yeah, Roshi is more than enough to handle Piccolo on his own. Even Krillin just one-shots Tambourine. So Kami will come down to Earth seeing Alex and he would thank her for defeating King Piccolo. But like I said before, either Krillin, Roshi, or her could handle King Piccolo on their own without a team up. But let's say that Alex just beats King Piccolo easily. So Kami will offer her to train with him. But even though he knows that Alex doesn't need training with him since she's already powerful enough. But she would agree though, because I mean, come on, who wouldn't turn down a god? So, yeah, Alex will be happy to train with Kami, and she might tell her friends that she was training with God, trying to make them jealous, because she's cool. So, a few years pass, her age doesn't change at all, and eventually she does use the Dragon Balls to make her friends also eternal youth to keep their channel going as well. And her channel just blew up so many times, not only making Roblox videos, but videos about her showing off her powers, which just does catch a lot of people's attention on the internet. And eventually, she have her own city, her name after it too. Same thing like how Hercule defeated Cell and got his city name over him. But it's the same thing like this, but except that Alex just got her name of the city for being powerful, and yeah, you get it. So the tournament will start, and like I said before, not worth covering, and that is it for Dragon Ball. Now, let's get to Dragon Ball Z, shall we? Alright, Dragon Ball Z. Will Alex get a boyfriend? For the sake of this video, we're gonna say no, because I do not want to ship anyone yet. And seems like Alex and Zack's ship are over. But yeah, sadly. Rip Alex. So the next arc will obviously be the Saiyan Saga, where Raditz comes to Earth looking for his brother, but unfortunately for him, he will come across a power level over 10 million, and his scatter will blow up. Of course, that's not the full power of Alex. Yeah, that's the power level he scans. And Raditz just Scott just blew up, hitting 10 million. And it might blow up before it even hit 10 million too. And this scares Raditz dramatically. There's no way this can't be Kakarot. He's too weak. How can a weak low-class Saiyan get this strong? And he's even scared, but more than anything, his scare actually becomes excited. Maybe this is it. If this was Kakarot, he could beat Frieza easily. His excitement quickly fades into confusion when he arrives to where the power was at. And he doesn't know where Kakarot is. He even asks where's Kakarot. And Bulma, Krillin, Alex would just look at him confused. Yeah, Alex visit Kami's place to, just to say hi to their old friends. And a little reunion, except that she has no kid since she's not married or have a boyfriend yet. But again, this is for the sake of the story. Raditz will ask who has a power level of 10 million. Nobody knows what they're talking about, which Raditz will get a little angry, saying that he scans the power level of this high, which Alex will just powers up. Maybe he's talking about her. And when Raditz saw her powering up, he got blown away miles away back to where his pod is at. He crashed where he landed, and he was shocked and scared. And when Alex flies towards him to find him, Raditz quickly begs for his life. Alex is looking confused. She wasn't even planning on killing him. Why he's so scared and everything like that. Which Raditz would say that her power is too high, and he knows that he's not going to do anything. Raditz would ask her if he's okay to stay on Earth. Alex doesn't mind, but why though? Raditz explained who he is, what he is, and about Frieza. Which Alex, hearing about Frieza, will get angry, and she allows the Saiyan to stay on Earth. So, Alex, hearing about Raditz, who he is and what he is, she will actually take advantage of his Senkai boost, because that means that Raditz could get stronger and stronger. So, eventually, Nappa and Vegeta would arrive. The reason why they arrived because when Raditz was scanning for his brother, but it turns out he's not there, after Alex explained that there's no one that knows as Kakarot in this Earth. Which Raditz would be sad that Kakarot's not on Earth, but it's whatever. Maybe he's farmed somewhere. And he yells out a bunch of power levels like 7,000, 8,000, 10,000, 20,000. At which Nappa, Vegeta will hear do Raditz scatter. And they aren't interested since they say that Kakarot has a power level over like 500 or million or something like that. They think he was just joking, trying to scare them, but they are interested. So they will head to Earth. And once they do, Nappa will destroy the entire city, like in original, which they were allergic to sea fighters. And it's just not going to go well for Nappa and Vegeta, because Raditz alone is able to beat them down. So during this year of training, or half of year, Alex and Raditz would train each other. Well, it's more like a beatdown, if anything. Because, like I said before, Alex would just one-shot Raditz. But Raditz would get stronger and stronger. He would come back to full health. Since there are sensor beams here, Raditz would take one and he'll get a huge, massive Senkai boost. So his power level will be very, very higher than Vegeta's Great Ape. So meaning that Raditz in base form, he's just too strong. And if he goes to Great Ape, it's just overkill. But he's already overkill enough in his base form. He's able to easily handle Nappa with one finger, defeating him easily. Vegeta would be shocked of how Raditz got this so strong. And he even offered them to join and to replace Nappa. However, Raditz is not having it. He's been tired of being tormented and being treated this way for many, many years. And he wanted to get his revenge. This felt so good. So he's able to beat up Nappa more than Vegeta. Eventually, Vegeta will live, since Alex will ask Raditz to let Vegeta live. Raditz does hesitate, but he allows it, because he does want to beat up the prince more, to be honest. So Vegeta would retreat, but Nappa would stay dead, because Raditz just killed Nappa. He's done with him. Nappa is especially one that torments him the most. So Namek won't happen, since nobody mentions the Dragon Balls. So since no one mentions the Dragon Balls, meaning that Frieza has no reason to go to Namek, but that doesn't mean that he won't be a part of the story. He'll be a part of it. So that means we're going to the Android saga. However, there's no androids because Dr. Jerome dies. However, there is one android left, that being Future Cell. Now, how Future Cell's still here? Well, it's not from Future Cell where Alex gets a heart attack and dies. No. It's from the original timeline, where the original Dragon Ball. So, when Future Cell came in, he came in the wrong place at the wrong time in the wrong timeline. Yeah, 3 of those. So he's so confused where he's at. Only he met with a punch for Raditz' face, and Cell just got blown up into millions of pieces, dying instantly. This also meant we get a huge, massive time skip with Alex and Raditz will train each other. And the other people are training too, since they're also how Alex got strong so quickly. They begin to train too. Eventually, Alex's friends does join in too. That being like, the squad. Yeah, the whole squad also are overpowered as well, but they're having to do their own thing since they're not interested in fighting or anything like that. But Alex kind of is after discovering her powers by playing Roblox. And like I said before, her channel even blown up even further, not being even more richer, probably more richer than Hercule when he defeated Boo. So yeah, a lot of people worship Alex, which she even promoted to be the king of Earth or the queen of Earth, but she rejected it. She doesn't want to be that big of a title, but she does like to show it off on people's faces, and she may consider it, but she's not interested right now. So yeah, a lot of people worship Alex for being the world hero, the Earth hero, the greatest person in the world. Until Babidi shows up, and Shin Computer will train the Sea Fighters. The Sea Fighters being Krillin, Tien, Yamcha, Alex, Raditz. Those are the Sea Fighters. Alex will easily pull out the Sea Sword. Yeah, since she's playing Roblox in 7 years, or probably more than that since the androids are not existing, Alex's power level is actually greater than Vegito. No, probably even greater than Golden Frieza. Yeah, she's getting stronger and stronger every time she's playing Roblox. That's how crazy she's getting strong at. So she will easily pull out the Sea Sword with one finger, but it ended up breaking. But the good thing is, it freed the Yokai. And guess what? Another massively, dramatically power boost for Alex. She gets her potential unlocked, and she becomes the easily strongest person in the universe. So when she arrived with everyone else, since Shen's confident that Alex could beat everyone by herself, and Shen was correct to himself because she easily did. She just fired one single blast, it blows up the entire ship. No, even almost destroyed Earth at one point, where she is holding back this blast super duper much that it created a gigantic crater on the ground, killing Babidi, Dobora, Yakon, Poi Poi, and even almost destroying Boo's egg. However, Boo egg is able to survive, and it barely got any energy left to be recovered. So yeah, Majin Buu has been avoided. But as I said before, the story's not over yet. Frieza arrives with his father and Vegeta and the King Force. It turns out when Vegeta arrives back to the Frieza Force ship, and he explained Frieza about a power level over pretty high. Of course, Frieza doesn't care about it at first, but when years go by, one of his scouts, his soldiers, were actually spying on Earth and seeing how far they have gotten. They were able to defeat Majin Buu, which Majin Buu was asleep, and she was able to prevent that. And say that Dobora was actually stronger than Frieza. Hearing that, Frieza got a little bit nervous. His father warned him about Majin Buu being destructive, and if this human able to prevent Majin Buu's revival, then he knew that this human must be very serious. I mean, she didn't met Majin Buu in person, but preventing his revival is pretty impressive to him. So he's not going to train. Instead, he's going to get his father collected more forces and the Ginyu Force to his empire. So yeah, what about Kakarot? Well, the Ginyu Force has defeated Yartran, and Kakarot ended up dying there. So yeah, sadly for him, everyone will arrive to Earth to evade it. However, unfortunately for the Frieza Force, they are greatly underestimating Alex. Alex, she's just too strong. She will just one-shot everyone. She will break Raccoon's neck. She will snap Goldo's neck. Captain Ginyu will try to swap her body. However, Alex just waves her hair, creating a massive shockwave that pushes Ginyu to the sun. Frieza couldn't believe this. How can this human be so strong? He powered up to 100% his power, going to his final form immediately. King Ko will do the same. However, Alex will just slap them in the face as their head will just fly off and they'll just die. Well, okay, I won't go that harsh. I'll just say that Alex just fired a single ki blast, completely vaporizing the two emperors. Vegeta will just be in shock at this point. If she easily defeated Frieza and King Ko, then what can he do? At this point, he just swallowed his pride and just surrendered. He knew that he's not going to be matched against this human, which Alex luckily let him live. So that means that Vegeta stays on Earth for the time being. However, he is really left behind in power. Yeah, he has been training. However, Frieza will make sure that he doesn't get too strong since he has his soldiers watching him by, and make sure he doesn't put him in the healing tank like all the time since he knew that he's going to get a Senkai boost. So during these years, Vegeta would get many Senkais by being one-shotted by Alex with Raditz Long beside him. So yeah, the two Saiyans will get Senkais constantly. And eventually, they both will unlock Super Saiyan, then Super Saiyan 2, and then Dragon Ball Z ended. Now, let's get to Dragon Ball Super, aka the final part. Now then, Battle of Gods what happened, and Alex, the Saiyans will get a lot stronger. And Alex is obviously the first strongest person on Earth, like the strongest mortal that has ever existed, which Beerus will wake up, dreaming about the Super Saiyan God. However, Whis will explain to Beerus that there is a mortal that is far stronger than Beerus. And this is not even a Saiyan, it's a mere human. And here it is got Beerus really shocked. He doesn't believe it. He wants to see it to believe it. So Whis will take him to Earth, and he would find this human, which is known as Alex, which he will arrive where Alex is at, in the middle of recording a video on Roblox. He will appear right in front of Alex's room, which Alex has to call out for YouTube video and her friends off for the day, since she have a visitor. Which Beerus will ask her if she is the strongest mortal that ever existed on Earth, which she will mockingly agrees, being cocky and all. Well, she's overconfident of her powers and she never loses to a battle, which Beerus will challenge her, which Alex agrees. So the two will walk outside, being far away from Alex's home, and the two will begin to share blows, which Alex is having the opposite upper hand, which just shocked Beerus. Now, the reason why being is because since Alex is playing Roblox more and more in years, her power is getting stronger and stronger. And yes, this means that she's stronger than Beerus. When Beerus uses Ultra Instinct form, Alex will show off her ultimate form. This is the first time she has to use this form. And of course, it's overkill. She just flake Beerus in the forehead like Beerus did to Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and Beerus will just pass out, which shocks Whis and surprises him. He does offer her to train on his planet, or Beerus' planet for the matter. And since she defeated Beerus, she has to replace Beerus as the new God Instruction. Alex does not want to be that. However, she does say that maybe Vegeta may be interested in it. So Whis will look for Vegeta where he's at. And Vegeta, he's at Capsule Corp. And no, unfortunately, he's not married to Bulma. Yamcha is. Since Yamcha is more confident now, he actually stay married to Bulma. And Bulma has a child named Trunks, but he's not a Saiyan. He's of the same design, but not a Saiyan. As for Chi-Chi, Chi-Chi is not in the story, unfortunately. So yeah, she doesn't fall in love with anyone, has no interest in fighting, so she never met the Z Fighters. So yeah, she's not going to train, so she never met someone she loved. So if in case you're curious, Chi-Chi just married a random guy. That's it. And she never met the Z Fighters. As for Grandpa Gohan, he just dies in old age. So yeah, now that out of the way, Whis will find Vegeta, and he would ask him that does he want to replace Beerus as the God Destruction. Vegeta was just blown away by this random question that came out of nowhere, and hearing the word Beerus just shocks him. And when Whis explains what happened, Vegeta's face even more in shock. How can a human defeat a Beerus so easily? He ended up agreeing to become the next God Destruction, and just like that, Beerus will help Vegeta to become a God Destruction candidate. As for Raditz, Raditz will also come to Beerus' planet to train. And as for Alex, she's not interested in training with another god since she already felt comfortable training with the Kais. Oh, except for the old Kai, he's kind of creepy. But she would occasionally visit Beerus' planet and train. So which means that she gets God Ki. And yeah, even more gigantic power boost. So Frieza is not going to be resurrected since he died on Earth, and since Alex just wiped out the entire Frieza force, it's pretty much unlikely that Sorbet will be surviving. And not only that, they don't know anything about Dragon Balls either, so they're not going to know what the Dragon Balls are. So that means they have no reason to revive Frieza, meaning that they don't know if Dragon Ball exists or not. They heard rumors, but they don't know if they are real or not. But either way, either one of these two, there's no way Retro's F is going to happen. So which means we're going to skip that arc and go to the Universe 6 tournament. And Beerus had no reason to recruit Monaka since he will just rub Champa's face saying that oh, he has the strongest mortal that ever existed. He even beats him in a fight, which Champa will be shocked, but he doesn't believe his brother, and he wants to see this mortal now. So he would end up fighting Alex, and Alex would have an easier time defeating Champa. It's even more brutal than a Beerus fight, and which Champa can't breathe since Alex will just punch Champa in the stomach really hard, and just Champa will just start throwing up vomit everywhere. Champa would get mad, and he would start a tournament, but Alex cannot be there. Beerus just gets angry and just says fine. If anything, Alex could just be a motivation for the other Saiyans. But now this puts a little problem since we don't have much strong fighters. Yeah, we have Vegeta and Raditz who are way powerful. Especially Vegeta. Since Vegeta is now trained with a God Destruction, he becoming a candidate, so which means that he may get Ultra Ego probably earlier than originally. But for the second video, let's say that he only has Super Saiyan Blue evolution earlier, because we don't want to make him too overpowered right away. But even though we already have an overpowered character, so yeah, that pretty much takes the plate out of the window. So after some thinking, I come up with 5 fighters. So the first fighter being Vegeta and Raditz, with being 2 fighters, since it's obvious they 2 are pretty strong. Then Krillin, since Krillin was training with Alex more longer than Raditz and then Vegeta, so Krillin will also be stronger as well. I at least say I put him to Super Saiyan God level since he gets so many stronger times. There's no androids, so that'd be another problem. However, I'll come up with another fighter, and that fighter being Tarbo, which Vegeta will suggest. And after they will train Tarbo, he will get at least Super Saiyan 2, not Super Saiyan God, since Vegeta will train him in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, and Tarbo will get Super Saiyan 2. Now, this makes we have 4 fighters. What about one more? Well, we do have Piccolo. However, there's no way they're going to free Piccolo. And besides, if they do train him, they're not going to have time since he's pretty much weak at this point. So the last fighter they will pick is Tien. Yeah, Tien is also stronger as well since he will also train with Alex more. So that means that we have our 5 powerful fighters. And Vegeta is being the first strongest. Then the second be Raditz, then Krillin, then Tien, and then Tarbo. Yeah, Tien is a little bit stronger than Tarbo, just slightly. So now we'll begin the tournament. And the first tournament will be Turbo going first, fighting Butamo. And that fight will play out the same like Goku versus Butamo. Then he will fight Frost. And of course, Turbo will lose to Frost because he thought Frost is a nice person. And he doesn't want to go all out immediately. So he just let Turbo fight. And then pretty much a friendly fight until Frost just decided to cheat by using a poison needle. Then next, Tien will go next. And Tien, he able to see the poison needle, which he will call him out for it. Which means that Frost is disqualified and Turbo is able to go back to the ring. However, Tien will lose to Vegeta because Tien couldn't come up with good insults. Because if you remember, in the manga, he was trying to insult a random robot. However, he couldn't able to make him cry, so he failed miserably. And if he cannot do that here, then he cannot do it to Vegeta. So he lost due to smoke of the heat. The next one will be Krillin, which Krillin could come up with an insult, and he's able to win. Then he will fight Cabba. Finally, I said it right because I was confused with Cabba Turbo during this recording. But anyway, the fight will play out friendly, and which Krillin is able to go head to head with Cabba. However, Krillin powered up a little bit further and defeating the Saiyan. Now, last fighter will be Hit, and Hit will just swoop Krillin away. Then Raditz will come in. I'll do a lot better. Probably the fight will play out the same like Vegeta versus Hit, but he will do somewhat damage to Hit. And then he got swooped away. Now lastly, Vegeta comes in, and he learns Hit time skip, so he powered the Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, catching Hit off guard by the sudden transformation, going all out immediately. And then he begins to deal massive damage to Hit. Hit able to fight back. However, Vegeta already learns everything from Hit's time skip, how he works, and how he moves this and that. So he's able to defeat the assassin, taking the win. Beerus will still use her Super Dragon Balls to revive Champa's Earth. Now the next arc will originally be Goku Black. However, the Goku Black arc will never happen, and there's two reasons why. For one, since time travel isn't a thing, well, nobody time travels, only the different future timelines, so Zamasu doesn't change anything, since that means the time ring hasn't been made. And second of all, yeah, he will be mad at Vegeta for using a God transformation, but he won't be too mad. And since he never met Vegeta or Goku in his world and fight them, he won't get really pissed off and go through his plans. So yeah, if you're confused seeing the thumbnail of Goku Black there, I just added it because it looks cool. That's it. I didn't thought of that part until making the script. And yeah, it's already too late making the schedule, so pretend Goku Black isn't there. So that means the tournament power will happen. Yeah, why the tournament power will happen? Well, yeah, Alex won't med settle, but she is in the tournament, just not participating in it, just watching, learning the fighters. So, and Alex is not dumb enough to walk up to the god of everything. So yeah, Senna will still have the tournament idea after watching it, and it is possible that he will make it a lot earlier, since he'll be born faster. So yeah, the tournament will be set up, and they need 10 fighters, which it may be a problem for Universe 7, since they don't have that much stronger fighters, except for the 3. So we already have a head start with 3 fighters. We have Alex, we have Raditz, and we have Vegeta. But they're able to recruit Krillin and then Tien, meaning we have 5 fighters. And since Turbo's there, he is now learning Super Saiyan God transformations. We have 6 fighters, which Beerus would still think is not enough, since Earth needs more fighters and they don't have much. So they have to travel around to different planet at the planet, which they were able to find at least 4 fighters, which one of them being Broly. Now it's 7. Then he traveled to more planets, which there's the Galactic Prison. However, they can't trust them since we don't know what's going to happen. And then they're able to find 1 fighter yet, which that fighter going to be Jocko, meaning 8. Beerus doesn't know what to do. He asks Whis if there's any other fighters he can find. There is one that is pretty powerful, so he will go there, and that fighter will be Granola. So now there's 9 fighters. Yeah, and the last one, I'll say they will visit Namek and well, we get Magnesium Savior, but except that it's just Nail. Nail absorbing all planet Namek. And since they all hesitate to to offer user one, Earth has Dragon Balls, so they could just use that to defuse them. So they're fine by that. So now we have our 10 fighters. And the tournament power shall we begin. And doesn't go well for everyone in the tournament power. It just go really well and smoothly for Universe 7. Like Universe 7 got the back in the first place. Yeah, that's how bad they all screwed on. If you don't believe me, let me tell you this. This whole time I said this is a joke what if. I said in the beginning. Second of all, you know how strong Alex is? During the start of Super, she easily defeated Beerus by Ultimate. And now you have her training with Whis. She's getting a God Key. And she continues to play Roblox, where Roblox is getting her massive power gain. And she has Ultimate on top of that. So imagine her using God Key on her Ultimate form. Not only that, you have Vegeta, who is a candidate, and he got Ultra Ego pretty much earlier, which is probably not the name of the form, but I don't care. I'm calling it Ultra Ego because why not? And you have Raditz too, who's Ultra training with Whis. But not only that, you have Granola too, which Granola will just punch people right in their vital points, knocking them out instantly. Alex would just be born by this whole tournament. She thought the tournament would be fun, but no, it turned out to be boring, and she just does not want to be here at all. She considers herself jumping off the ring, but she doesn't want to since it's the fate of her universe and she wanted to stay in as long as possible. Besides, she does not want to lose her channel and her life. So she would just sweep everyone out of the ring with her team, and not even a single team member of her fall off the ring because due to how powerful they are. The only battle she would have fun with would be Jiren, but the mighty Pride Trooper does not stand a chance against the Inquisitor Master, who's been playing Roblox and gaining power gain so much during these years. So Alex would just flick the alien off the ring, and Jiren does not have a chance to remember his past and break his limits. And it's not going to matter if he breaks his limits, so he still doesn't stand a chance. That's how powerful Alex is. So the team got a solo victory, and they did not lose a single fighter in the ring. So this means they obtained their Super Dragon Balls, which will be the same for 5 all the universe, since it's pretty unfair for them to end up in a situation like they did, and they have to end up being erased, and they don't. So that means that the Broly movie will happen. However, since Broly is already here, there's no reason for him to start his own arc. Yeah, Pericus would want to get revenge. However, Alex would just talk to sense out of him, saying that getting revenge is stupid and stuff like that, because the whole stupid situation happened. And besides, Vegeta is not King Vegeta. He changed long ago, and it's not his fault. It's his father's fault either way. So yeah, Pericus will realize his mistake and realize what he's doing is dumb, and he's just ruining his opportunity of freedom and relaxation. So yeah, as for Granola's a different story. He'll most likely would attack Vegeta and the Saiyans. However, Alex would just simply chop in their neck, knocking him out, and then send him back to his planet. So that means Granola's arc will still happen, but since Alex is able to be easily knock him out, she won't have no problem defeating him. Even if Granola makes his wish, Alex will just still be strong. So yeah, no more arc will happen. However, when Alex gets to Namek with Vegeta, they both will easily take the Goatman out, and he'll go back to his little cage. Or perhaps he just dies either by one of those characters. Now lastly, the Granola arc will happen, but I can't cover it, but all I can say is that Alex would go there with Vegeta, since hearing that, you can get to fight the strongest in the universe. Hearing that, Alex got annoyed, since she is the strongest in the universe, since she defeated her god destruction, and she defeated the mortal who rivals all the other gods. So she wanted to come with Vegeta, since she wanted to be the judge of that. And it turns out it's Granola again. Turns out he make a wish. The Inquisitor Master does not care and knock him out again. And then she's able to deal with the Heaters after realizing their plans and what they're doing, what's this whole setup. So, just like that, the Grand Arc is ended. But again, we don't know what happened. So, for now, this is the end of this entire What If video. Now, let me say this for the last time. This is a joke What If. It's not meant to be taken seriously. If you take it seriously, then I apologize. But no, it's a joke What If. If you want to know what happened realistically, Alex won't get powers. She'll just be there. That's it. And she'll just die by Boo. Or King Piccolo for the matter. That's what happened realistically. But in a joke way, she gained massive power and one-shots everyone. That's it. Bye.